All right, your temperatures for your Halloween will be in the upper 70s, cooling down to the low 70s and 60s by the time you're hunting for potatoes, out trick-or-treating. Low 80s for your Saturday and Sunday. And you may notice some morning fog. We've been talking about it all this morning. It's been a bit eerie out there, a bit gloomy, but a little bit creepy. We are going to continue to work with some of this fog over the next several mornings, and that's because our onshore flow is increasing. But the afternoon hours looking just fine. You should have plenty of sunshine by that point. All of this is a part of our gradual cool down that is in the works. Again, we are going to continue to see those temperatures drop as we look ahead toward the middle of next week, and that's all thanks to our winds. So let's talk about our winds and how they're expected to shape up. Those will be coming in with an onshore flow, and usually when we see that, that typically means much cooler air coming our way. We are seeing our peak wind gusts right around 15 miles per hour and a pretty repetitious trend here where we go from both your Friday, your Saturday, and then once again on Sunday afternoon. Just a little bit of a breeze kicking up. It could get a little gusty in more wind-prone spots, but I'm not expecting anything too significant. Certainly staying well below advisory or warning level, but just enough wind to make a difference when it comes to your temperature. So your Halloween looking lovely. In fact, right, almost seasonable. Upper 70s for the Los Angeles Basin and Orange County areas, low 70s for the coast. We continue to see those temperatures get just a slight bump for the weekend before we start with that full cool down process, heading toward the mid 70s by the middle of next week for your daytime highs, low 70s closer to the coast. And don't forget, Sunday, you get a little extra sleep. Trick or treat, good for you. You are going to get that daylight saving time ending bonus hour, if you will. The valley is going to be seeing temperatures in the mid 80s for this weekend, dropping down to the low 80s by the start of next week. We'll still have the mid 80s for the Inland Empire, and we'll continue with that cooling trend heading toward the mid to upper 70s by the middle of next week, low 80s for areas a little bit farther inland. And of course, the high desert continuing to see those 80s, but potentially even looking at 70s for next week. Your Halloween high in the mid 80s, a little bit warmer in the low desert, mid 90s for a daytime high there, continuing to cool down toward the low 90s and upper 80s by the middle of next week. And your mountains, we've got upper 60s for this weekend, so a little bit on the warmer side, close to the 70s there, but then continuing to cool a little bit more each day, down toward the low to mid 60s for daytime highs, all the way down to just 60 degrees by next Thursday, but pretty consistent overnight lows hanging out in the mid 30s.